We're told immigrants are doing the jobs Americans won't do. Okay, that sounds reasonable. I guess we're all just a bunch of snobs, right? Ew, gross, mowing lawns. Oh, turns out there were legal citizens available for the jobs. How a city in Nebraska is recovering after the state's largest worksite immigration raid. Omaha is trying to forge ahead following the raid's chilling effect on the local workforce and the community at large. Here we go. In Omaha, every seat in the waiting area of Glen Valley Foods was occupied with people filling out job applications. Early Thursday afternoon, 2 days after the meatpacking plant became the center of the largest worksite immigration raid in the state of Nebraska so far this year. Oh, I was told those jobs would just sit empty, untaken. And apparently this is working. They are leaving and wages are going up. One way to track the program is by checking employment numbers. There's a decline in the immigration population to the tune of 773,000 in the first 4 months of Trump 2. The Washington Post, a very left-wing news source, claims 1 million foreign-born workers have exited the workforce since March. The Post frames this as a sign of the weakening labor supply, yet the paper also notes average hourly wages accelerated, rising by 0.4% over the month to $36.24 in May. I believe that's $36 an hour. As earnings continue to beat inflation in a boost to workers' spending power. In other words, with fewer illegal immigrants, businesses have had to raise wages to attract workers, and the workers are attracted. We discussed Jamie Raskin earlier. His hair has finally been fixed. You're welcome for that. We relentlessly mocked him so badly that he had to pretend that he was going bald from chemo and wear a silk scarf on his head, like Steve Stevens, or what's his name?
Just when
Little
I
Steven
thought I was out, you pulled me back in. Yeah, Silvio
Sal.
from Sopranos. Yeah,
And then he shaved it. He did a bunch of things. It's still hideous. He still looks like a homeless pervert, but at least it's human. And get this, the reason that there was violence, not just at No Kings, but over the past couple weeks, is because of Trump.
But now he's pivoting to just make it a war against democratic cities. And he's not even talking about immigration so much anymore. He just wants those scenes of violent confrontation between a federalized National Guard or the Marines and people who live in cities that have Democratic mayors or states that have Democratic governors. I mean, that's much more of an agenda to create a political civil war in America. And that's exactly what the vast majority of American people don't want. But now
By the way, I didn't realize this till recently. Marcus Raskin, his father, was a progressive activist who founded the Institute for Policy Studies, a left-wing think tank for social justice. He criticized capitalism relentlessly. He believed the government could be overthrown by taking over the administrative state, like maybe get your son involved in Congress. He developed a theory of social reconstruction as an alternative to traditional revolution. His approach rejected violent Marxist revolutionary models, advocating instead for a decentralized process to transform society away from democracy and capitalism. Huh.
Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
Hello, I'm Gavin McInnes.
And together we're Compound Censored.
And we would like you to subscribe with this deal using this promo code right below me right now.
Do it, because it's very entertaining.
Sounds like a good plan there, Marcus. It seems that Jamie is carrying out your goals. By the by, J6, as Chris Plant was pointing out recently, was absolutely a result of a left-wing media compliance and advocation of the riots that went on all over this country. Yes, it was fomented by the Capitol Police, which was pushed by Nancy Pelosi. Yes, they denied the National Guard. But the number one catalyst for the violence we saw on January 6th was rage at the media for allowing these radical lefties to burn down our country. It was like, yeah, how about we burn down you, mother? It was a retaliation against that. So people like Jamie Raskin, as he blames Trump for violence, is directly responsible for the violence we saw in J6. Maddie probably won't like this. This is a montage of morons getting arrested. I really liked this first one. It's not very cool of me to like this. It's very authoritarian and tyrannical. But I just like seeing these wise asses. This is a whole montage. Zoom out so they can see the montage. It's called ICE Protestors Getting Arrested in the Funniest Ways. And then the first one is in Las Vegas. And it's just music to my eyes.
You know, covering everything.
Nothing better to do? Honor your oath. How about honor your oath, bitch? How about that? Your oath.
Honor your oath.
Oh, there you go. He's supposed to get lost. He's supposed to get lost. He's got to go to jail. He goes to jail. Let's go. Put your hands behind your back. Oh, in my camera, bro. Big mouth.
Don't tell Maddie that I like this.
The fucking party's over, asshole. Make sure he's breathing.
I can't breathe. How about honor your oath?
I got it. Run your mouth at me. Now you're on your face. Oh, you broke my glasses, bro. Yeah, you're fighting us. You should have left hours ago. Get a job. Punk ass. Now you go to jail. Let's go.
I like Vegas cops. This ain't LA.
You're such a big man putting a girl, a fucking 5'2" girl.
Oh, okay, so girls don't get arrested.
Don't touch me like that. I'm not even doing it.
Look at what they wear to these protests. I'm surprised she even has shoes on. Yeah, you're a big, tough
let me just
man.
be clear. We are looking at hundreds of people. We have video. We have FBI collecting video. We are collecting body cam. We're collecting social media. We're collecting everything. And we're going to take our time. We're going to identify people. They think the mask is saving them. It's not saving them.
These folks and your photographer just gave us a great shot of the box that was left behind, which showed the brand of the mask. I mean, it's not the kind of thing, thank you for seeing this there. It looks like a bionic shield is what that's called.
Today we executed a search warrant on
talked
the
about him
individual
the other
who was
day.
seen earlier this week distributing face shields to suspected rioters down in Los Angeles. It appears they're well orchestrated and coordinated and well funded, so we want to understand who these people are. And
All right, so that's a whole long video. I'm happy to see it. And I know that sounds uncool, but this is not grassroots. This is funded by the global communists, and they should be pursued. And ideally, we track up, follow the money, and we track up through these people's correspondence who is behind this, because this is not natural. This is a plan just like Marcus Raskin wanted us to do, to slowly destroy the country, just like the communists did in Iran. This was a crazy one. I wonder if this will go anywhere. Probably not. But a Democrat, a rep in the House, Kaylee Herr, just explained publicly that she's an illegal immigrant. I'll look up to see if there's any updates on this, but yeah, you should be kicked out of the country. You committed a crime.
We covered this very briefly.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Well, let's play it unbriefly.
Well, I suspected that today's special session in the Minnesota House was going to be wild, but I never in a million years could have predicted this. As you may have read by now, earlier today, about an hour or so ago, Democrat Representative Kaylee Herr appeared to confess on the House floor that both she and her family are illegal immigrants. Check this out.
The only people that had names to come to the U.S. were if you were in the direct military and you worked for the CIA or you worked for USAID, and which is why it's so personal to me that USAID is getting unfunded. But we did not do either one of those. My parents' Christian organization did not count. And so what my father did
What's
was
her
one
name?
of our uncles worked for USAID. And because his mother had died, my father, as the one processing the paperwork, put my grandmother down as his mother. And so I am illegal in this country. My parents are illegal here in this country.
That's a bit of a problem. Under Minnesota law, in order to qualify, in order to be eligible to be a state representative or any other elected official, you have to be an eligible voter. And you cannot be an eligible voter if you are not a U.S. citizen. And so this is obviously going to require some deeper investigation into figuring out if this was a slip of the tongue, were her claims factually correct or misstated.
Oh, her name is insane.
If true,
Yeah.
if she is in fact an illegal alien and she's been serving in the Minnesota House, and not only that, presumably voting as well in our elections, this is about to blow up into one of the biggest scandals this state has ever seen.
I don't know.
And by the way, one of many that we've seen in recent years.
So her name is spelled Kaohly, and her is Her like a pronoun. So I looked it up. There's no new news, just a lot of people, just like Iran, saying this is going to be big. This is it. She attempted to walk back her statements. Let's see how she walked back her statement. Well, I was being metaphorical. It's incredibly disheartening that my floor speech, where I shared my family's deeply personal immigration story, was twisted into anti-immigrant clickbait. Let me be absolutely clear. My husbands are citizens, and so am I. What?
My husband?
She said, my family broke the law to come here. I never knew that. I just learned now. This is her original speech. My family was just smarter in how we illegally came here. Frank continued, the only people, blah, blah, blah. So I came here illegally, but then I left out the part where I became a citizen. Too bad it didn't blow up. It's always a nothing burger with these politicians, right?
Yeah, it is.
There's one thing I've learned over the years doing this show. Do not get your hopes up about anyone being handcuffed or sent anywhere for doing bad things. This was a weird one. So everyone's saying you're waving a Mexican flag, but you don't want to go to Mexico. And so this woman explains, no, we hate you, but you have more money than us. So we come here, we make $15 a day there. You make $15 an hour here at least. So we come here, we make a bunch of money, and then we send it back, and we build a house there. Yeah, that's not a good pitch. I don't want those kind of immigrants. I've talked about this before where I go, tourism is a fantastic industry because people come to your place, stand on the beach, give you their money, and then leave, and their money stays here. You don't do anything but have a few margaritas. You give them some tequila, and you've made $10,000 off them. That's awesome. The opposite of that is coming here, making tons of my money, and then sending it out of the economy to another economy. No. I don't like that. And that's what she confessed to doing. So she's like defending herself and saying how awesome she is without realizing you're pitching yourself as one of the worst immigrants imaginable.
Let me hold your hand when I say this. We do not move to America because we think it's a better country. We move here
By the way,
because it's
stop.
a little less.
So she's brown. Like I'm a racist guy. She could be in the KKK and no one would notice. They just go, there's a brunette in our clan.
There's a landscaper.
Why do you get away with this whole racial thing? She is a beautiful woman whose skin is 1% browner than your average white person.
Worse than our other countries because you're stupid to think that we moved to this country for some hot dogs and some baseball. We have better vibes, music, food, culture.
Stop. Better vibes. I don't know what you're talking about. Culture, sombreros, music. Your music is a cacophony.
Yeah, they have that polka stuff.
Salsa, merengue, Cuban music even, it's just a big pile of horns. It's terrible. And you'll notice when you ask people, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, hey, what music is this playing right now? They go, merengue. Yeah, I know. If you ask me what music playing, I don't go, rock and roll. I go, that's the Rolling Stones.
Or they have reggaeton, which has had the same beat for about 25 years. Every single drum beat's the exact same thing, you know? Like what?
Inarguably terrible music.
Oh, yeah.
Food, the Americanized version is sort of tasty. The burrito is the only thing you can eat without getting it everywhere. So your food is way overrated. You think we love your tacos. And Taco Bell is as far away from Mexican food as Chinese food is from Mexican food. Actual Mexican food is just beige diarrhea. History, I don't know what that means. You have better history than us? The story of the American Revolution, even the Civil War, they went up against Britain and won. You guys fought with a bunch of conquistadors and lost. I don't know what your history is. And you speak a white European language. You speak Spanish. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
History, literally all of the above. We just moved here because we are looking to make more money and offer a better chance for our families. Did you know that the minimum wage a day, not an hour, a day in Mexico is not even 15 American dollars?
Yeah, your country sucks.
Not even 15 American dollars. Right now with $15 in San Diego, I could go maybe buy a matcha and half of a granola bar, honey. If you support ICE, you support people getting destroyed. If you support families getting destroyed, I hope you rot in hell. And I will see you there, babes.
She's evil.
Wait, she's going to hell too?
Realize.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Okay, see you there. Let's show some cool Mexicans just to show you that there are sane people still in the world, just like that black guy. I like his videos a lot. But there's a bunch of Mexicans during the riots this week who were not having the burning of the American flag. They're happy to be here. And,
keep in mind, we're protesting, but the Americans are the one doing this shit. You feel me? We're just chilling. Keep that in mind. That sends a message, bro. America doesn't even like America. The Mexicans
wait, stop.
like America.
That's interesting. So he is protesting, but his point is it's the white people that are burning the American flag. So I guess he's saying we're against this mass deportation, but we don't hate America.
Maybe I'm missing. Is he maybe saying don't burn the American flag because it's bad optics?
No, I think he's saying he's being logical, which is I don't want to get deported because I like it here.
Okay.
That's more consistent than I hate it here and I don't want to get deported. I'm only here for the $15.
Okay.
You ain't burning that. No, hell no. Hell no, you ain't burning that. You ain't burning that flag.
You ain't burning that flag.
I'm Mexican. My family's no immigrant. You're not burning that flag. You're not burning that flag.
And of course, it's a rich white girl.
You're not burning that flag. We don't condone burning the American flag at all. And we're Mexican, dog. We don't condone burning the flag at all. At all. Nobody's burning no flag.
Keep in mind, we're protesting.
That was cool to see. By the way, I'm reading this book. I got it when I was in LA at Amoeba Records. It's called Always Running by Luis Gutierrez. And God, it's so tiring hearing Luis J. Rodriguez. And it's all about his gangbanging days and all the people he killed and drugs and all this fights. And he's always like, and the white racists that didn't want us there. This is common in black and brown books, this total lack of culpability. And I'm reading it and he's like, we used to go to the white neighborhoods to steal stuff and wreck their cars. And then one day we got beat up by these white boys. Yeah. In the barrio, the police are just another gang. We even give them names. There's Cowboy, Big Red, Bofo, and a Mad Dog. They like the names. Sometimes they came up to us while we linger on a street corner and tell us that Sangra called us chucharas, or a loose term for girls. Other times they approach dudes from Sangra and they say Lomas is a tougher gang and Sangra is nothing. Shootings, assault, skirmishes between the barrios are direct results of police activity, even drug dealing. I know this. Everybody knows this. So the police made these poor kids deal drugs and gangbang.
I can just picture Big John going up Hey, here the Lomas are a lot tougher than you Sangras.
Yeah. It's still your fault if you gangbang. Well, you flooded the hood with crack. Yeah, you did it. As I keep saying, flood this studio with crack right now. We'll do a bit. I'll try it. It's like NWA. Motherfucker got it bad because I'm brown. Or, and then they go, I never should have been let out the penitentiary. I thought you said that it was racism. With me because I'm a teenager with a little bit of gold and a pager. That was in our free speech debate with that black dude whose name I can never remember. Not Michael Eric Dyson, the other guy.
Where there's 99 problems where Jay-Z's like, why you pulling me over, son? And then he's talking about he locked his gun in the glove box. Like,
yeah, your illegal gun.
Yeah.
And so you're a teenager with a little bit of gold and a pager. How did you get the gold, the money for the gold? Was that working at a bookstore? And why do you have a pager? Is that just for socializing? Or is it to go deal drugs? So it's not just because you're a teenager. It's because you're an out and proud psycho who never should have been let out of jail. And here's something, I guess it's a misnomer. That's my favorite word, but I rarely get to use it. They keep saying it's not illegal to be here if you overstay your visa or whatever. Sure. And they go, the majority of them came here by plane and overstayed their visa. No, that's the majority of the ones we have documented. The illegals are not documented. So yes, the data makes it look like it's all people who overdid an H-1B, but we don't have data on the hundreds of thousands who are pouring over the border, the millions in 4 years. What, it was like 3,000 a day? 8,000 a day? It was almost 10,000 a day. U.S. Code handles being present in the United States illegally and illegally crossing the border differently. Being illegally present, whether because of illegal entry or overstaying a visa, is a civil offense. So that's when they go, it's just like jaywalking. Okay. The penalty is supposed to be a fine of up to $500 per day. That's for the civil offense, by the way, the thing you call jaywalking. Good luck getting that money back. And deportation, but not jail. So even the innocent one they're talking about, where they go, it's just jaywalking, the fine is still $500 a day you were here and jail. However, deliberately entering the United States illegally is a criminal offense. The first offense is a misdemeanor, and repeated penalties are felonies. A civil fine of $50 to $250 for each actual or attempted crossing, and twice that for repeated offenses may also be charged. Again, good luck getting that money.
So, if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.